Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. What do we got? 8:44 a.m. on a Friday morning. Downtown Rockport, Texas is a little dead right now. It'll fill up this afternoon and be crowded all weekend. All the tourists will come to town, spend some money, help out our economy and our local merchants. And it will be awesome. It looks like it's going to be a good day today. It was nice and cool last night. Let me tell you first real quick why it was important that it was nice and cool. I've been living in my F-150 for over 2.5 years now. Come to a complete stop at the stop sign, turn signal on, making a right. Establish the lane, left-hand turn signal in the left-hand lane, thus not violating any rules or regulations of the Texas DOT. So living in my truck for 2.5 years, boondocking off-grid, no electricity, no running water, working that whole time, enjoying myself as I go along. We'll probably continue to do this until I get tired of doing it. Now, this morning I woke up to a lovely 75 degrees with a heat index of 75 degrees. That hasn't happened in a long time down here. Usually when I wake up at around dawn, the heat index is still in the 90s here. Left-hand turn signal's going. Sweet. If you're playing along at home, we just left Market Street in Rockport, and we are on Business 35 South, heading towards Aransas Texas. So I put out a couple videos a day, and some of you guys watch them all. I appreciate that. Some of you guys check in every once in a while, and I appreciate that as well. And then about half of you are attracted to whatever the title of the video is or the location. We are going to wind up in Port Aransas today, but this video is mostly about the drive there and me rambling about incoherent things and subjects. So this morning on YouTube, I watched Bud's Backyard, how to make bean dip, and Adventuring Art gave us an update on his channel, what's going on with his channel. And late last night I remember watching Leah Phillips. My friend Leah made a really good squash casserole, like squash stuffing, kind of like a casserole. It looked really good, and I'm not going to make that at home, but I am going to ask Leah to make it when I go visit her and her family and husband Tracy, because it looked really good. They live on a little farm in Arkansas, and there's some cows there, and they both work and keep themselves busy. Good people, good friends. There's the marina on the left there, that big blue and gray building on the left. They stack boats, I believe 3 tiers high in there. And we've done videos looking in there before. It's pretty cool. Paradise Key Restaurant is back in there. There's a trailer park to the left here. Maybe we need to take a tour of that someday soon. Someone remind me to go back to that RV park. One of you people with a memory. I don't know if you guys caught this morning's video. but it was just an amazing sunset last night, and started off really good and then got spectacular after the sun went down. The best one I've had in a while, probably since the winter. And I spotted Eugene. I didn't have anything to feed him, of course. Eugene only comes around when my truck isn't stinking of shrimp. Maybe Eugene doesn't like shrimp. I'm gonna try next time, and I mentioned this in the other videos, keep a fish for Eugene, keep it wrapped up and have it ready for him. Eugene, by the way, is my blue heron that comes and visits me, and I buy him food, and then I don't see him for a few days, and I give the food away to somebody else, some other bird, and then when I don't have food, Eugene comes up and stares at me. So that's my relationship with Eugene. He's a good dude. Just looking around at the construction. It seems like every time I drive a road now, something has changed. And I did drive this road once since I got back from my road trip. There's Oh My. They've moved a couple different locations. They have a lot of stuff there. Gas station. Over here is the shopping center. Shempy's. We've eaten there a few times. Liquor store. Going by all the developments that we've gone in and explored at least once. I think it's going to be a good day today. I'm not even checking the weather. If it rains, it rains. We'll have a raining at the beach video sometime in the next few days. But I needed a break from Rockport Beach. Go on a little drive. Take the ferry. Oh, there is a RV park right on the beach that my buddy Mike brought to my attention, and I've never gone in it. I've seen it from the outside, and it's not a big thing, but I do want to go check it out. And it's interesting because there is a street that I haven't taken you guys before, and it looks like it's going to be a residential street, and it does have private houses on it, but it has a few bars. Trying to think of the name of the bars. The Gaff, I think, is on there, and I know Stingray's is on there. One of the boys had a girlfriend that worked at Stingray's, which is a bar restaurant, and they have 2 Stingrays, the cars, suspended from the ceiling, and I thought that was neat. And we used to go there every so often. They have pool tables, things like that. It's not like a hardcore bar, but it does have a bar area where people will hang out. The locals all seem to have their own little bar. You know, if you go to bars, you always have that favorite one that you like to hang out at. That was my alert telling me I'm low on gas and that I only have 50 miles. Of gas left. And I probably have about 150. A few days ago when it was real hot, probably idled doing editing and stuff in the truck with the air on. It was a super hot day. Didn't need it yesterday. It was cooler yesterday. Not as cool as it is today. It's going to heat up today, but whenever I idle like that, my gas mileage is usually about 20 or 21 miles a gallon, and then the idling will bring it down. That depends how much I idle. Like right now at this speed, I would get 24.5 miles a gallon. around 60 miles an hour. So I think that's pretty good for a truck. Actually, it's up to, it's actually increasing 27 miles a gallon, going 55 now. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. It's a big truck. It's hauling my fat butt around. Just going into Aransas Pass, Texas. I love that. When I first moved here, it just sounds cool. Aransas Pass. Reminded me of all the westerns. We're going to head them off at the pass. And it really is a pass because it takes you to Port Aransas. Now, I don't know if we're too early, but at the light up here, there's a team of homeless people that work the red light. And I mean work it, like shifts. And I'll see the same guy here at certain times a day. And then if you come back another time a day, then the next crew's on, you know. So I bet you they got a pretty good income just from working the light, you know. And they're probably out here during the morning rush hour. And we should be missing that. Usually right there, and I don't see anyone. Huh. Maybe someone called out sick today. I would imagine the weekends are really a good time to panhandle here because the tourists, they don't know you're there every day, you know. Aransas Pass has some older businesses that could really be revamped, but I'm sure in its day it was an awesome place. That Donut Palace there looks like it just got a little bit of a makeover. There's the sun, guys. 8 miles from Port Aransas, it says. This taco place, I've heard very good things, and I took one of the boys there once. He requested we go there. I don't think I got anything that day, but apparently they have great breakfast tacos there. I do like this block or two up here. It's got the old time look that I like of some businesses, but they're starting to get a few chain stores in there, you know, the phone stores and Domino's Pizza. Nothing against those places. There's just a lot of empty buildings here. We just passed a Ford dealership, small Ford dealership that seems to do well. This is that block I was talking about. It had a nice coffee shop up here on the left. I used to, well, hell, it's been a few years. There was a waitress stripper that lived back in here. And she was a regular customer. And she would come out of that coffee shop there. I'd usually pick her up in the front. Yeah, Metro by T-Mobile, huh? Here's the Bakery Cafe, and I've heard really good things about that. I ate there once, and I was not impressed. But maybe I just ordered the wrong thing, went on a bad day. I mean, there's a lot of people that just rave about it. Spanky's Liquor, which is a chain down here. Valero gas station, a couple restaurants. There's a Popeyes over here, and a bunch of newer motels. There's so much work in this area that just a ton of new hotels have sprung up. So now we're entering Nueces County. Technically, we're leaving Aransas County, and we're going to Nueces County. Nueces County actually holds Corpus Christi, which means if you do wrong right here, you will not be going to the country club that is Aransas County Jail with its air conditioning and cable TV. You will be going to Nueces County Jail. And what you don't want to do is act like a fool on the beach in Port Aransas and go to jail on a Friday, because you will sit there until the judge shows up Monday morning. And that seems to surprise a lot of people, that you will go to jail for acting like an idiot in a vacation town. But yeah, you'll learn that the hard way. 15-minute wait, it says. Wow, that's pretty good. Check out those signs. They're fairly accurate, and occasionally they'll be wrong. Occasionally you can pull right on the ferry when it says 15 minutes. Occasionally you might be there 30 minutes, but I find those signs to be accurate. There's also a website you can go to at texasdot.org, but just Google Port Aransas Ferry, and it'll show you the wait times going and coming. So make sure you look at the right one if you're going to Port Aransas or leaving Port Aransas, because usually there's not long lines in both directions at the same time. On like a holiday weekend, yeah, the ferry's always going to be crowded. But like on a Saturday morning in the summer, like tomorrow morning, it could be 2 hours. And then you might want to consider driving down through Corpus and taking the highway to the south end of the island and driving back up. The one good thing, well, a good thing about me living in my truck is when I have to wait at the ferry, I have everything I own with me, so I always have stuff to do. I can answer comment calls, I can pay bills. Anything I usually do in my truck, I can do while I'm waiting in line. And even if it was a long wait today, it's cool enough where you don't have to run your car. You can shut it off and open the windows. Yeah. The water's really smooth today. There is a breeze. So last night on HBO Max, I watched the first hour of The Suicide Squad, like a anti-superhero movie. And I really like it so far. They actually got actors in this one, so I thought it was pretty good. I really like Margot Robbie, and man, this actor is one of my favorite actors, and I never remember his name. Idris Elba, is that his name? English actor, tall, dark-skinned man. He's in a lot of really good movies that I like. And I'm trying to think who else was in it. John Cena, the wrestler, was in it. He's actually very funny in it. So it's actually rated a 7.9 on Internet Movie Database, which is high. That's, basically an 8 out of 10. And usually when I look at those movies, it's rated like a 4 or a 5, and I know to avoid them. And someone suggested, I know who suggested it, but I don't know if she wants her name mentioned. We start talking about our favorite movies. So what's your favorite movie? Or like your top 5 favorite movies? And I haven't given it much thought, but I could probably give you a different list every time. But one of them is definitely Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? With George Clooney. I think that's a great movie. Just about any Western, but if I had to pick one, it might be Outlaw Josie Wales. But there's also like 20 John Wayne movies that I think are great. And I really like any John Wayne movie. But The Searchers I like a lot. I like the ones from his middle of his career. I know my buddy Tracy likes Big Jake, is a really good one. I really like the Cowboys with John Wayne, where he has to get all the younger kids to do a cattle drive, and Bruce Dern is in it. Bruce Dern's the bad guy. You know, True Grit is another one. The kind of the westerns where John Wayne made later in his life. And then there's ones like Wolf of Wall Street, The Godfather, Godfather 2, Casino, Goodfellas, mob movies. I'm from Philadelphia area, so kind of have an insight a little bit into those types of dealings. I don't know nothing. There is no mafia. There's some ships at the channel. There's all blades from turbines over there that are will be they come off the ships, they stack them, and then they're transported to the wind farms. Remain in vehicle during ferry crossing. Well, we're here at the ferry, guys. We're here at the ferry, and there's no line. We're pulling right on to the ferry, guys. And I'm going to shut this off, guys, as respect to these people out here who are waving us around and probably don't want me to run them over while filming. So the next video will be from Port Aransas. Thanks, and thanks for watching.